Hello everyone, my name is Bei Chen and this is my final project for Civil 5970. And my state for final project is California, and the first part is the analysis of the current energy profile in California. This is a power plant distribution of California. We can see from this picture, we can get the California have really abundant energy resources, especially the solar energy and the natural gas energy. And this is energy consumption by sectors, and this is energy consumption of in 2016, and this is energy production estimates of 2016, and this is net electricity generation by source in 2018. And this data shows the consumption and the expenditures of the California energy. And this is a statistic of the California energy. And here's the summary. California was the fourth largest producer of crude oil among the 50 states in 2017, after Texas, North Dakota, and Alaska, and as of January 2018, third in oil refining capacity after Texas and Louisiana. California is also the largest consumer of jet fuel among 50 states and accounted for 1/5 of nation's jet fuel consumption in 2016. California's total energy consumption is second highest in the nation, but in 2016, the state's per capita energy consumption ranked 48th due to the part of its mild climate and its energy efficiency program. In 2017, California ranked second in the nation in conventional hydroelectric generation and first as a producer of electricity from solar, geothermal, and biomass resources. In 2017, solar PV and solar thermal installation provided about 16% of California electricity generation. And this is a resources evaluation. California is really abundant for the renewable energy, especially for the wind energy, solar energy, geothermal energy, and the biomass energy. And for the wind energy, as mid 2018, California had nearly 5,700 megawatts of installed wind capacity, and the wind power potential is also very widespread in California, especially along the state's many mountains crest to the south and the east, as well as offshore along the northern California coast. And for the solar energy, California is the greatest solar resource in the state's southeastern deserts, where all solar thermal facilities and the largest solar PV plants are located. And by mid 2018, total installed solar capacity was almost 23,000 megawatts. For the geothermal energy, California is the nation's top producer of electricity from geothermal energy with 2,070 megawatts of installed capacity and 43 operating geothermal power plants. And for the biomass energy, near 3/15 of California's biomass generating the capacity come from the state's more than 2 dozen power plants fueled by wood and wood waste, and maybe 100,000 tons of wood plates per year will be manufactured. And for the petroleum, California's crude oil production has declined during the past 30 years, but the state's state remains one of the top producers of crude oil in the nation, accounting for about 5% of total U.S. production in 2017. For the natural gas, California accounts for less than 100% of total U.S. natural gas and reserves and production. As with crude oil, California's natural gas production has experienced a gradual overall decline in the past 3 decades. The state's reserves and production are located primarily in geologic basin in the northern portion of the Central Valley. For the coal, California doesn't have any coal reserves or production and has phased out almost all use of coal for electricity generation. In 2017, coal fueled less than 0.2% of the state's utility-scale net generation, and all of that power was generated at industrial facilities. Most of the coal consumed in California arrives by rail from mines in Utah. And the evaluation of current energy related to the environmental problems. Although California is very advanced of using renewable energy, but there is also some issues for California. For the geothermal power, the issue is that the power plants can have impacts on both water quality and consumption. The hot water pumped from the underground reservoirs often contains high levels of sulfur, salt, and other minerals. Most geothermal facilities have closed-loop water system, in which extracted water is pumped directly back into the geothermal reservoir. After it has been used, the heat or electricity production. In such systems, the water is contained within steel well casing cemented to the surrounding rock. For the solar power, the California has a very high resource of solar energy, but the difference of the daily energy use and the night energy use is very different. That caused the problem of the electricity plant. This called the California dark curve problem. And for the wind power, just like all the other mechanical systems, wind power will cause a lot of noise. It will affect the daily life of nearby residents. And for the hydropower plants in flat areas such like California tend to require much more land. It is a very cost of land use. For the biomass, some of the common ways that the biomass burning will generate a lot of carbon dioxide. And for the assessment of energy demand for 2038, California will maybe approaching to 100% renewable energy in the future. One aim is to reduce the pollution and cut down the carbon emissions. And in a world, as the population of California increase, the energy consumption per capita will rise, but the environmental condition may be getting better because of the percentage of renewable energy and advanced technology in the future. And the last part is a new energy profile for 2038 in California. California is one of the most advanced states in the USA. So in 2038, California will aim to reach 100% of renewable energy using. just like the wind, hydropower, biomass, solar, and geothermal energy. California's current mandate to achieve 50% of electricity from renewable energy from 2030 to 2026. It will also establish that California will generate 60% renewable energy by 2030 and 100% zero carbon and renewable energy by 2045. So from the estimation, we can get the 2030, the percent of the renewable energy is approximately 800%, 80%. And this is a curve of the estimation of the California annual electricity consumption. We can guess that in maybe 2038, the demand will be 550 GWh in 2038. And when the percentage produced by the renewable energy is 800%, the electricity produced by renewable energy should be 440,000 GWh. And the California Council on the Science and Technology report looks ahead to 80% reduction in California in carbon fuel emissions from 1990 level. And here, this is a passage talked about the details of how can the advanced technology and the using of renewable energy to make the conditions of California environment getting better, and this is justified of my estimation. And in a word, the California environmental condition will getting better in the future because of the reducing of the emission of CO2 and the advanced technologies. And here's a reference, and thank you.